Yui, how's it going?
Hi. Oh, good. Thank you. It's been a while.
It's been a long time. How long has it been?
I don't know, like more than 2 months or something.
Yes, so I think we spoke before you went to Malta. So you went to Malta in December,
January.
so maybe just before
December,
that.
yes. Yes.
So how have you been?
Yeah, good. Thank you. It's really good. Yeah, I'm good.
And welcome back to Japan.
Thank you.
It's good to see you again. And now you're back from being in Malta. So you went there it was a month, right? Or 5 weeks?
Yes, 5 weeks.
And for those who have seen your videos, you've done a lot of amazing vlogs, and we also had a few interviews together. So how was this 5 weeks different than the previous time you went to Malta?
Different things. I think it was really good. Like, I experienced very different from my previous day. I met many people and I had many problems. First of all, I think big difference is school. First time I went to Malta, I went to a kind of big school, but this time I chose a small school, smaller than before. So there was no Japanese in my school, so just only me was Japanese. So it was really challenging because I had to speak always English in English, so it was very challenging, but yeah, it was good.
I heard, because one of the special things about going to Malta when you did was it's kind of the off season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Malta is one of the only places that you can go to during the Christmas season, if someone wants to study abroad. But I guess this also means that the classes at the school didn't have so many students. Is that right?
Like in my class, there are 2 people, including me, to another class, to another levels. But one class was like 10 people. So total 20 or 30 people in the school. There are only a few people there.
Wow. And in your class, there was only 2 students?
Me and the other classmate.
Wow. So that was a very intimate learning environment.
Yeah.
And where was this other student from?
Colombia.
Colombia. Cool. So were you guys... so this is actually just you, one other student, and a teacher, just 3 people?
Yes.
Wow. How was that? Was that your first time in that kind of a classroom setting?
Yeah, it was first time. Like, I've never experienced that kind of situation in the other language school. So yeah, it was kind of, I can say it was good, also bad.
Could you explain?
Like, I had many chances to speak English in that class, but always partner is that Colombian girl. So I wish I had more partners. Like, we could change the partners. It's more like it would be more practical. I don't know how to say. We could have more fresh conversation.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's always a trade-off. When you only have one other person, maybe you can create a good relationship, or you don't have to always repeat the same information, where you're from and what your favorite food is. So you guys can kind of know each other. But at the same time, as you said, the conversation might get a little bit stale and not as fresh. So, but you guys studied together did you guys study together for the whole 5
weeks?
So I know that the class last time you went to Malta was not 2 students, right? It wasn't just you and 1 student. So how was the class different besides the size from the first time you went to Malta and this time?
In that school, don't have a specific textbook, so always in every class, teacher think what she or he would do in the class, in that day's class. So always we don't need to do like routine things. So every day it's different. So it was really good. And the previous one was like they had specific textbook and always we do writing, reading, listening, following the textbook. So it was like a routine. So I think it's different.
Sounds very different. One is the first time you were more locked in to a specific curriculum. And this time it was very unique. I actually haven't heard many English schools like that, where the teacher just shows up and decides, okay, today let's do this kind of thing. So does that mean you had less homework too, or you also had homework?
I had homework. I think it was less homework than before, but but every day I had homework.
And which style do you prefer? The style with textbook or the freestyle?
Depending on the level, like if I'm really glad, I'm really happy with the previous school because I really wanted to study from the base, from grammatical things or more like easy things. So textbooks are helpful to do that. So it was really good. But in this time, I wanted to improve my speaking skills. So the style, the latest one was fit for me. Yeah, fit me.
It matched your goal.
Matched me.
Wow. And so, I remember when we met last time, you told me that your goal this time is really to improve your speaking skills. Could you feel some improvement?
I felt my improvement, but now I came back to Japan and I'm losing my skills, so I have to maintain. But I felt kind of satisfied with my speaking skill when I left Malta.
Yeah, actually, I was going to say, as soon as I met you today, I could feel that your speaking is at least a bit better than before.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Yeah, but as you said, this is something I think a lot of students or language learners everywhere in the world need to remember is that language is kind of like exercise, right? So if we stop exercising, then the next time we have to climb a set of stairs, we're going to be out of breath. And maybe language is kind of like that. So do you have any plans of keeping up your English?
Actually, my part-time job is bilingual school teacher, so I have to speak English. So helpful to keep my speaking skill. And also I want to try kind of exam like TOEIC, IELTS, whatever. So to pass that exam, to get high score in the test, I study English using textbook or listening TED Talks or something. Yeah.
What's the reason why you want to take a kind of formal English exam?
I want to use the exam for my future career. If I want to enter international companies, I can show my level, I can prove my English skill. So that's why I want to get exam.
That makes sense. And I guess, studying for those exams versus practicing practical conversation, those are quite different, don't you think?
Yeah.
So you're stretching in both directions, I guess, at the same time. Well, that sounds great. You said also that you stayed in Malta for 1 week and then you traveled around. So first of all, you mentioned that you really love the fish and chips in Malta.
Yeah.
And you mentioned also a restaurant called Bujiba, I think?
No. The fish and chips is in Bujiba and restaurant is in the different area.
Okay. So did you go back to the fish and chips place?
Yes, of course. It was awesome.
Did you get any video or pictures of that?
Yes, I took pictures. I wanted to take a video, but I forgot my camera, so I couldn't take that.
And what other things did you do in the week of travels in Malta?
I went to Cathedral, which I couldn't go before. So it was a really big and famous cathedral in Valletta. It was amazing. Like arts are sophisticated and it was very beautiful.
Wow. So they had lots of really beautiful artwork and maybe architecture was also really nice.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. And any other highlights?
I went clubbing as well. Every day.
The weather was quite nice, right?
Yes, it was good. But sometimes it rained. So, but almost sunny.
What was the nightlife like in Malta?
It was nice. I met many people in the street. It was a place to socialize. If you go to club in Malta, you can meet many people from other countries, Italian, Brazilian. So it's really fun to talk with them. So it's really good.
And did you, from that kind of social time, did you make any friends that you still contact or that you
Yes,
can?
yes.
Wow, so you really gained a lot of international friends from even just this short time.
Yeah.
So that's really great. And I will ask also about your travels after that. So where did you go and what were the highlights?
I went to Paris, Nice, Madrid, Barcelona, Porto, and Frankfurt.
Wow, you're all over. Do you have a
Yes.
favorite?
My favorite is Nice. It was really beautiful, and the atmosphere was, can I say, it's slow and chilling, so it was perfect to take a vacation.
I think that you are just wrapping up university, right?
Yes.
And you're going to graduate, very soon, right?
Yes. In this month, I have graduation ceremony.
So do you have any final things to do, or are you pretty much done?
Pretty much done.
Pretty much done,
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah,
Wow.
finally I can graduate. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say congratulations on getting to the end of university. And
you.
I think you're about to start the next chapter in your life, which is to work as ground crew.
Yes.
How are you? Are you excited about this?
Yeah, I'm excited. Like, it was my dream for a long time. Finally, I can start to work as a ground staff. So I'm really happy.
It was your goal and it still is your goal, right?
Still, yeah.
Still is. Because I think when people travel, right, some of their ideas and things change. Did that happen to you? Did you get any new ideas or inspirations?
So far, I feel I want to become a cabin crew stronger than before. I want to travel more. I want to work with international people. The feeling is now stronger.
Wow. And I'm sure that this kind of experience that you had, living, studying, and traveling abroad is just going to make your position with the airline company even more. Yeah, it's going to provide more experience to that role. So that's really amazing. It's really amazing to see when someone has a goal and they do what they wanted to do, and then you're kind of on track. So that's really amazing to see. Yeah. So how do you feel that your maybe character, personality, ideas changed after your experience?
It's difficult. It's definitely changed, but I don't come up with the specific one, just the conscious feeling. I don't say any specific things, but definitely it's changed. It's changed my view to world.
I can imagine that two things. Number one is it's hard to say how you've changed. Sometimes you have to wait a few years and then you look back and you realize how much you were different or how much that really helped you. And another thing is, I think it goes without saying that you met a lot of people from all over the world while you were traveling, and you also traveled to many countries. You experienced so many things that is not possible to experience here in Japan. And so that inevitably will change, as you said, your worldview, your perspective, how you think about the world. And it also, as you already said, it made your feeling of wanting to travel and to meet more people and to become more of a global citizen, it kind of made that feeling even stronger, right?
Yeah.
So with that, I think it's a good note to ask you, to share any words of inspiration to those maybe living in Japan who are thinking about something similar to you. Do you have anything you want to share to inspire them?
Yeah, going abroad is really good things. Like you can experience many things which you can't do in Japan. Good inspiration, good influence in now or in the future. So if you want to go abroad, you should go and experience many things. That's it.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time today. But I think, I met you before you went to Malta the second time, and you went there and you kind of improved your speaking, and you're right on track with where you want to be with more experiences than you could hope for. So it's been great following your story, and thanks again for not just your time today, but also for being our YouTube ambassador for Malta. Your videos were really funny and fun and really interesting, I think, to show another world to people who couldn't see it before.
Thank you.
Best of luck as you finish university and start your next step working in an airline.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You have a great day.
Thank you. You
Bye-bye.
too.
Thank you.
Bye.